Hey guys, it's Miss Coker, and welcome to week 2 of our doodle project. This is what we did last week, and if you haven't done this project yet, I need you to stop this video and go back to last week's project and get this done, because if you haven't done this yet, you can't move on. All right, so just pause, go back to last week, and catch up. Okay, so this week we are adding color to our doodle. Now, the cool thing about color is, even if you're drawing on a flat piece of paper, you can make something look three-dimensional, all in how you color it. Now, when we're using crayons, we tend to color either really dark or really light. Okay, so I want you to think about using your crayons in both ways, coloring really dark and then lightening up with your crayon. So, how do you think you color really dark with your crayon? What do you have to do to that crayon to make it color really dark? That's right, you have to push down on it. So with my crayon, if I push down really hard, it's gonna color really dark. Now with that same crayon, if I just lighten up and color, I get a lighter version of that color. Okay? So that's two different colors with the same crayon. That's a light value, and that's the dark value of the same crayon. Isn't that cool? And you can do that with crayons, and you can do that with color pencils. You can do that with a regular pencil. If all you have is a pencil, and I'm using the side of my lead, not the very top of it. And now I'm gonna lighten up my pressure. And I can go really light. Until it fades off into nothing. Okay? That's called value, a value scale, when we go from light to dark or dark to light. And like I said, you can do it with crayons, you can do it with colored pencils, you can do it with regular pencils. And we use this to help us show dimension. We use it to make our pictures more interesting. Sometimes people use it to outline things. And I'll talk more about that in just a second. Okay, so we're gonna take our papers, and I want you to just watch first, then you can color, okay? We're gonna take our paper, and I'm gonna teach you something that my aunt taught me, my Aunt Mary. She was such a cool lady. All right, you see my black lines? I'm not gonna cross over any of my black lines, all right? I am going to make sure that I stay one color inside this area. But I want to show dark value and light value in that area. So I'm gonna go around the outside edge really dark, around that line. And what my Aunt Mary told me was that's building a wax wall. Crayons are made of wax. And I'm building a wax wall around that shape. Okay? And it's kind of thick, I didn't just do a thin line. And then inside of it, I'm gonna color lighter. So I'm showing that I understand light and dark value. I can show light and dark value. That's our I can statement. The whole goal today is to show me that you can do light and dark value, okay? Then you're gonna switch colors. Even though this is one circle, it's divided by a line. So now I'm gonna do another color down here. Again, pressing hard, but not so hard that I break my crayon or I make my hand too tired. That's gonna happen though, because we're gonna color this whole piece of paper. But that wax wall kind of helps me stay inside that area too. Notice I'm coloring slow and small. By doing that, I stay where I want to be. Now these lines don't join together. So I'm just gonna, only where the lines are, I'm gonna do my dark areas. And it can be as fat as you want it to be. It can be as skinny as you want it to be. I'm trying to fill in all my white space. I like to color in one direction because it makes my drawing look better. If I'm just scribbling all over the place, it's gonna look like I wasn't paying attention, that I didn't know what I was doing. And if I'm coloring, like I started coloring up and down. So I'm gonna finish this whole section coloring up and down and making sure that I get all the white area colored in. Neatness counts. So I'm looking for you to show me that you can do dark and light value, that you can color neatly, that you can fill in all the white space. All right, so everywhere there is a line, I'm going to go around dark. Build that wall. I'm building a wax wall made of crayons. That's what my Aunt Mary taught me. And once I get that wall built, I'll be able to color inside of it easily. Because I have a lot in this square, I have to remember to go around all of these. And all these little elements inside the square are going to be different colors. So I can't just color over everything. Everybody's going to be using crayons if you have them. If you have color pencils, you do the same thing with color pencil. You just press down a little bit harder. Don't do it so hard that you break the lead. Color pencils have really, really soft leads, and they break really, really easily. Be really careful that you don't color over any of this, just around it. Now, I've colored around everything, so now I'm going to come back and I'm going to lighten up on my crayon so that now I get the lighter value. So all around these shapes will be this lighter value of blue violet. And because I've got that wax wall built up, it's kind of stopping me from going outside. But I'm also coloring slow and small, and I'm coloring in the same direction. I have a lot of control over what I'm doing because I'm taking my time, and I'm not just scribbling my arm. My whole arm's not moving. It's just my hand, and I'm just sliding my hand around, making the crayon go where I want it to go. Okay, so now you can see the dark value and the light value of the same color. Now I'm going to work inside here. Around the outside, I'm doing the dark value. And on the inside, the light value. And you have to be able to see the difference in the two. So what I'm looking for is, do you understand dark value and light value? And can you do it using crayons? Neatness counts. That's called craftsmanship. And every time we do a project, I'm going to look at how neat, how careful you are with your projects. Do you rush through them, or are you taking your time and doing your best work? Sometimes it takes longer than we think to do a really good project. Sometimes we mess up and we might have to come back and fix something. It's just part of the process. Sometimes we do something and we think, oh, I don't like that. So we don't throw it away. We just figure out, okay, how can I fix it? And we fix it. No big deal. Now, these are small, so I'm just gonna make all these dark value. Because I don't really want to stress myself out. And I don't want you to stress yourself out. Squeaky table. Change that color. Okay, so can you see the dark value and the light value? And I think that looks really cool. Okay, I think dark value and light value makes a picture so much more interesting than if it was all just dark value or all just light value. This is how, once you really start drawing and coloring, you can show dimension. You can show something that is three-dimensional. Like if we were drawing a tree, I can show you how to make it actually look rounded, or an apple. And we're gonna learn that this year, but you have to understand how to make your materials do what you want them to do, okay? So now I need to go to another section. So I'm gonna go up here, and you can make the dark areas as big or as small as you want them, but they need to be hugging these black lines. And as long as the black line is connected, I'm gonna keep my crayon line connected. But if it's a dashed line, I'm gonna make it dashed. And if I get to another black line, I'm not gonna go over it. I'm gonna stay inside and make this section. Okay, so now all this will be a light value. Hope you enjoyed that. Here's our finished piece. You see how the dark value really makes stuff pop out. So I want you to practice coloring just like that and finish that picture, save it, and when I come around next week, I'm going to be coming to your classroom to teach you, so you'll get to see me live. So hold on to that picture. I'm going to take pictures of it, and then you'll get to take it home with you. So make sure you keep it in your classroom, and then we'll learn something new. And I want you to use the way I've taught you to color in everything that we do in the future. Okay? All right. Love you. See ya. Bye.